Have you ever wondered how people in the past managed to sharpen pencils so perfectly? Today we're restoring the unique machine that completely changed the way pencils were sharpened in its era, but now it has become heavily rusted and fallen into poor condition, so today we're giving it a full restoration. First, the machine was completely disassembled to remove the old paint. A paint remover was applied, allowing the decades-old coating to loosen and peel away easily. After that, every part was thoroughly cleaned. Next came rust removal. The external metal components were cleaned using a sandblasting machine. Once cleaned, the parts received an electrostatic powder coating and were baked in an oven at 200 degrees Celsius (392 degrees Fahrenheit) for about 10 minutes. This created a strong, smooth and glossy new finish for the thinner and more delicate parts. Baking soda blasting was used instead of regular sand, removing rust without damaging the metal. The parts were then coated in silver gray paint and baked once again, making them look brand new. Next, attention turned to the cutting rollers and gears. These were also cleaned with baking soda to preserve their fine details. A file and a small steel brush were then used to remove any remaining rust and rough edges. Afterward, all the parts underwent nickel electroplating, giving them a durable, rust-resistant and wear-resistant finish. Even the tiny screws were polished and nickel-plated, making them look as if they had just come out of the factory. Now came the most fascinating part. The old transparent cover was beyond repair, so a brand new one was made. The original cover was cleaned first and its logo was carefully documented using the original design and font as a reference. The logo was recreated on a computer. A new transparent acrylic sheet was then cut to the exact same shape and the newly recreated logo was applied. Once completed, it looked almost identical to the original. The wooden handle was then sanded to remove years of dirt and wear, followed by a coat of wood wax oil that restored its natural shine. With all the parts ready, reassembly began. First, the pencil inlet mechanism was installed, followed by the cutting rollers and gears. Lubricant was applied to every moving part so the machine would operate as smoothly as it did when it was new. A fresh base was also built, and at last this remarkable vintage American pencil sharpener was fully restored. Now it was time for the real test. As soon as a correctly sized pencil was inserted and the handle was turned, the feed roller automatically pulled the pencil inside. The cutting rollers smoothly carved away the wood while the shavings collected neatly in the container below. Within seconds, a pencil emerged with a perfectly smooth and precise point. That's why this small machine is still admired today for its brilliant engineering and craftsmanship. If you enjoyed this restoration, thank you for watching.